Thank you, Blade. Let's see. It's my turn. Ooh, my turn. So, all right. With Blade's knowledge, vast knowledge of anime, I scoured the internet to go and force Blade to blind rank. He doesn't know what these are. Blind rank. It's on my little tablet here. It's no shared doc he can find. The internet doesn't even know until now. So we have 5 different arcs in anime / manga that I'm going to force Blade to blind rank 1 through 5. 1 being the best, 5th being the worst out of these 5. So, are you ready, Blade?
I guess. I just hope I recognize all these arcs because sometimes I just watch all the way through and be like, oh yeah. I am hoping I believe I will.
Only one of these I didn't know about because I haven't seen it, so I took notes that I got from the internet to add talking points to remind you in case you don't know. All right, Dragon Ball Z, the Frieza arc.
Ooh, the first appearance of the Super Saiyan.
The Super Saiyan.
There's definitely some nostalgia here, so holy crud.
Yeah, I had to start with a banger.
I remember seeing there watching it on Toonami, seeing Goku go Super Saiyan, just like,
dude, he was glowing. I had goosebumps. I'm glowing. Like
what the heck's going on? This is amazing.
Cinema for a kid. Yeah. Oh my god, the first transformation I know of, and saw, definitely the one I saw, like cinema.
This is such a hard one to start on.
Yeah.
There, like I said, there's definitely some nostalgia here that's going to be blinding to me because I'll admit the arc is stupidly long and drawn out in a lot of ways. Just looking, if you watch it nowadays, it'd just be like, why is it so long? Why are they just sitting there yelling at each other? And just why is it taking so long to charge this attack? Why is this planet still alive?
Why are they talking about what they're gonna do instead of doing it? Yeah.
So, but that thing is that as a kid, seeing that moment, it's like that just drilled into my head. It's like the moment.
Mind blowing. Yeah. That was the moment for at least most in our generation or our age group. That was like what got you into anime, where you're like, oh my god, I was already in love with it, that I came back every week. This like solidified it. Like, I need more. Yeah.
Like this Frieza everybody's having such a hard time fighting. All of a sudden, Super Saiyan, he is annihilating Frieza.
Yeah, it totally changed the game for the first time.
Oh no!
Since you've been introduced to Frieza. Yeah.
I'm really nervous about where to place this because, like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia here. I'm thinking about maybe just putting it in the middle and just have that be my middle point where I could just, that was better than that. That was actually better in some ways or another, or that was actually worse than this. And I might just do
I'll remind you before you pick your number. This is the whole arc.
Yeah, now, that's the reason why
not necessarily I would never peak moments. Yeah,
like that moment was peak. That's the reason why I would never put it at the bottom of my 5 list. But there's definitely like the arc was drawn out, and there was a lot of like filler in there, like DBZ filler, which was just them pretty much yelling at each other for like a whole episode. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at 3. I'm gonna have that be my middle point.
Okay.
I'm gonna try not to have nostalgia blind me too much to that because that moment it was just
All right. Next one is Bleach with the Soul Society arc.
A good one. It's definitely not as memorable as that one, although that did include the Bankai. Now I think about it, like that has the first appearance of Bankais in that anime, along with seeing Ichigo's Bankai. Was that fight against why am I forgetting his name?
Byakuya?
Byakuya, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That fight was amazing. Especially it shows just how powerful Ichigo's Bankai is because he's facing against someone who barely has a Bankai. Ichigo barely has his Bankai. Like, he's just now learning how to use it. Byakuya has had his Bankai for a long time, and he's still keeping up with him, and to the point that he has to pull out some of his trump cards.
Yep.
That's definitely another memorable moment. Do I want to put that either as 2 or 4? I want to put
Why are we not talking about putting it at 1?
I have a feeling that you're gonna have some better arcs in there. That arc had some slow moments. No, actually, I could put it at 1. I'm really nervous about what you're gonna throw at me after this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can think of a few anime that I would think have better arcs, and I know there's at least one that you don't know about. I wonder if that's Full Metal Alchemist. A lot of, I would definitely put Full Metal Alchemist above this for a lot of things. I'll put it at 2. Put it at 2. Again, this is another one hard to do since I don't know the full list.
So far, internet, he put the Soul Society arc above Frieza. The Frieza.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't as much yelling at each other. Like this, I've tried to do this as a full view thing.
All right. So now we're going to One Piece with the Marineford.
Marineford, was that? This is the one that I watched a lot of, but I don't know the arc super well. Is that the one where he meets Zoro for the first time, or was that?
Nope. No, it's way later.
Let me Google this.
Marineford is Whitebeard's crew and allies battle the Marine headquarters.
Oh. That's a spoiler one. Okay.
I know. I already know it. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I already know it. I
think everybody knows at this point because it also became a meme for a while there. That's one where Ace the getting killed.
Yep.
That's a tough one. The thing is, it's a different type of, like with the other two, there's these major moments, but Luffy doesn't get a new ability in there. Luffy just realizes how weak he is, that he has to do this 2 year, I believe it. That's a time skip. I'm trying to remember exactly how long. Yeah, just after that is when the time skip happens, and it lets Luffy know that he needs to get more power. But it is a powerful scene of itself. That's not quite as iconic as some of the others, besides when Ace dies. Spoilers. But hey, that's another older anime that I'm okay with spoiling because we're really far ahead of that at this point.
Yeah, it's like episode 450 plus. That's like halfway through where they're at today. Ish.
I don't think it's not as iconic as like the Bankai or the Super Saiyan moment. It still has like a really big depth. I don't think I would put it as number 1. This is kind of what makes this hard because this is another one that I'm not sure if it's better than or worse than Goku's. It's about the same. Ugh. I put it number 4. Like I said, I'm not sure if I completely agree with my list already, but this is blind. I'm okay with it. I'll put it at 4.
Yeah, so you put yourself into a rough spot where you have 1 and 5 left.
I know.
And you won't know the last one until you say the next one.
I know. It is a rough spot, but it's okay. It's still top 5. It's still in the 5, yeah, right?
Yep.
Okay, what are your last two? What's your second to last one?
The next one is Yu Hakusho with the Dark Tournament.
I actually think there's better arcs. Hakusho, like I know that's one that brought everybody together, and it's a good one. I don't think it's the best one in Hakusho. I actually prefer the one where you fight Sensui. Yeah, I'm actually okay with putting that at number 5.
All right. Well, then I think you're going to be happy with this one. So the next one is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the Briggs arc.
Yes. That I can see that being number 1. Yes, I absolutely love Full Metal Alchemist, and I was when you mentioned that it's one they didn't know about. I'm like, I'm hoping it's Full Metal Alchemist because that one has some good arcs. Briggs arcs being one of them, which was really good. Got to see a lot more of what was going on in that arc, and you got to see a lot of the really interesting stuff that ends up setting up the last little bits of the Full Metal Alchemist, like the last battle. It is something. It was really something to see, especially seeing that it was the first time that Edward was kind of talked down to. I thought that was awesome. And
Okay, put him in check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The people there did not care anything that he was a state alchemist. They actually locked him up.
Okay. All right. So to read these from 1 through 5. So the final ranking was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the Briggs arc at 1, Bleach Soul Society arc at 2, DBZ with the Freezer arc at 3, One Piece Marineford at 4, and then Yu Yu Hakusho the Dark Tournament at 5. So, would you flip any of these around now that you know what they all are?
I think I probably would have flipped One Piece and Dragon. Actually.
Oh.
I think that's the only one that I would flip. I think those two are really close to me because I like both of those arcs for different reasons. I think as a firm moment, like if we got a remake of Dragon Ball Z where they cut out all the yelling and everything, that would go a lot higher.
Isn't that Kai? Isn't that what Kai does? I didn't go back and rewatch Kai.
I never watched Kai, I'll be honest. I was told that
I didn't go back. I watched DBZ when it came out. I didn't want to go rewatch it on Kai. I heard that's what the part of the point of it was, and I heard it did well. But
yeah, I'll probably have to watch Kai because I never watched it. There's a certain point where I just stopped watching Dragon Ball. It's actually right after Dragon Ball GT. I've only recently started getting back into it with Super, and mainly because I've been seeing a lot. I saw a lot of shorts of like some of the Super moments fights there.
Yeah,
and it made me go, I'll give it another shot. I'll see what it's like. I am kind of. I find it interesting how many times we're seeing the stupid fight with Beerus and Super Saiyan God Goku.
Dude, I
stop replaying that moment. I know it's iconic, but
look, here's the thing. I've read and I've watched Super. It's one of the few series that I've read and watched all of it to where it's at. And for them to go back and do that again, I think we could have a whole segment on that where we just go and just have a huge rant fest instead of like lightly talk about it in the news and then here.
We won't get into it.
My main bit is I don't care. I want them to move on to either redo or reanimate Dragon Ball or continue. I didn't watch Daima yet. I just added it to my watch list the other night. Or continue Super, or honestly do a reboot or something. I've heard mixed feelings on Daima.
I know a few people who are really, really into Dragon Ball, and that's pretty much the only anime.
Right, and and I don't even have a huge variety, but the ones I know, I deeply am in, deeply into. So to go back to like Super, where like we're just stuck with the gods of destructions and the angels as like that's really the only thing anyone cares about. Is anyone ever gonna defeat them? Like, I don't know. Whatever. That's my rants on that. Yes. Anyway. Well, you did pretty well. If you only have to flip what would that be? 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good considering it was a blind rank. So good job, Blade. Let us know what you guys think what you would have flipped or
let
as
us
you were doing
know
it,
which one of those
with?
you would put from 1 to 5. I'm actually really interested.